Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video, I'm going to be reviewing a Mazda 3 Sedan Sport. Before we get into this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Orem Mazda here in Orem, Utah for giving me some time with this Mazda 3. I'm going to include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. And then on a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Powering this is a naturally aspirated 2.5 liter 4-cylinder that goes through a 6-speed automatic transmission. Power outputs are 191 horsepower and then 186 pound-feet of torque, with fuel economy being 27 around town and then 37 on the highway. Now, before we move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. So starting with the hood, you guys can see how it's flat there in the center, and then you've got those sharp lines on either side. And then popping down below, really cool design with the headlights, even though this is the more baseline look, right? And then a lovely chrome trim there. You get the darker grille with the Mazda logo. And again, even though this is a more baseline package, it still has a premium front end appearance. Now around the side here, our tire wheel setup is 215, 45, 18 in the front and over in the rear. And you guys can see with the wheels completely blacked out. And then I love the look of the fender here. You can see the mirror cap blacked out as well. And then you got some nice chrome trim around the windows. And then here is the full side view with the Mazda 3 Sedan. Now taking a look at the key fob, we have the Mazda logo there with the lock and unlock function here on the side and then the opening for the trunk as well. And popping into said trunk with the Sedan, you don't get as much space as the hatchback, so that's one downside. But we still have little tabs there to pull down the seats so if you want even more storage space than what this shows right now. And then I love how they give you this little handle, but it works very well. Pretty cool looking taillight design here on the back with the Mazda 3. And then you guys can see the rest of the badges here. And then the double exhaust tip set up there at the bottom. And putting it all together, finishing this blue color, let me know what you guys think about this Mazda 3 Sedan. And then popping inside, you guys can see soft touch here and then also down below with the door panel and then nice storage there at the bottom. And then taking a look at the seats here, you guys can see nice stitching throughout. Legroom here in the back is solid. We also happen to have a cup holder armrest and then headroom. It's good. And then take a look at the front door panel. You guys can see some soft touch there. Got more down below. All of our window controls here with our mirror adjustments. And then the mirrors do have blind spot monitoring. And then here's a quick look at the front seat with all the nice padding and stitching. Got your manual adjustments there on the side. And you guys can see here for the safety tech stability control here. That's to open up the trunk. And then nice padding on the dash. Now taking a look at the steering wheel, you guys can see soft touch all around. We have our adaptive cruise control built in. We also have our volume and voice command controls as well. Then you guys can see the regular stocks there on the back. Got our 3-gauge layout here, and you can see with the screen there in the center. You can scroll through and see different bits of info on systems within the car. And then we have our sport mode, which you can pop into as well. In reverse, kind of hard to see, but we do have a backup camera there. Resolution's pretty decent. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, just like other Mazdas, everything's controlled via a dial, so it's not a touchscreen unit, but it's easy enough to use. Even in this more baseline Mazda, we've got soft touch all over the dash, some nice stitching that goes across. You can see nice finish there on the controls for the dual zone climate system. And then pretty big glove box here. Nice storage down below. We got some cup holders here up front as well if the camera will focus on them. There we go. Shifter for that 6-speed automatic. You got your drive mode select. The controls here for the infotainment system, your parking brake, and then your auto hold right there. And then we've got center console. And even right here, you got some nice padding on the side as well. And then here's the window sticker with this Mazda 3. You guys can see the total MSRP after everything, $25,855. And let's see how it drives. Well, let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's visibility of the hood. Both the mirrors do a blind spot monitoring. The rest of the rear. And let us set off in the Mazda 3 Sedan. So I just drove a turbo before this. Turbo sedan. So it'll be interesting to see how this performs. I will say right off the bat, these seats are just as comfortable as that. And that car was like $11,000 more expensive than this for the sticker price. So, yeah. I mean, you do get more features with that, more power and everything, so I'm not saying it's not worth the extra $11,000, but the seat's just as comfortable. You do feel a torque difference right off the bat between the two, turbo versus non-turbo. But, you know, lower speeds here around town, it's not frustrating. Moves, it moves. It's smooth. It's all smooth. I like it. I like how it feels. Comfortable. I really do like how the Mazda 3 drives for an economy car. Just the comfort that it provides. It's really good. I like the chunky turn signal sound. It's fun. It's a cool sound. Steering wheel has a very premium feel to it, which I think is a big plus too. And braking's good too. I will say though, I am missing that turbo a bit. Definitely missing that turbo a bit. Get a kind of a, well, sort of a acceleration. I'll get a better acceleration up here in just a moment, but yeah, I will say I am kind of missing the torque and everything you get with that turbocharged engine. That torque does make a huge difference. And I mean, it makes sense. This has, you know, 186 pound-feet of torque versus the turbo that has 310 pound-feet. I mean, that's a huge, huge difference. And you do feel it. But I guess while we're waiting here for a second, I love the premium feel of this interior. Again, you gotta remember, this thing's 25 grand. 25,000 bucks. You do not expect to get an interior that feels this premium at this price point. You expect cloth seats. You expect, you know, just nasty plastic that looks horrible everywhere. And you know, there are some plastic parts, but the plastic pieces actually have a kind of a nice premium feel to them themselves for being plastic, right? So they've done a good job, I think. So we'll get on it here a bit. Yeah, I don't know. I like the turbo more. I do like the turbo more. So to cap things off, I think this looks pretty good. I think it's super good value. Like if you're just looking for an A to B type car that is actually fun to drive and feels like you're getting a good bang for your buck because of the premiumness, that's a word now, of this car, this is great. Like this is such a good value. $25,000. Craziness. Yeah, let me know your thoughts about the Mazda 3.